In this video, we're going to look at the topic of both perimeter and area. Okay, to start off with by perimeter, when we talk of perimeter, we're talking about the distance around a shape. So if we have a look at this shape here, which is a rectangle, we want to figure out the perimeter of this rectangle, and to work out the perimeter, we need to add together all the sides. But you'll notice in this rectangle there are 4 sides and we only know 2 of them. So we'll do 6 plus 3, and if you recall your knowledge of shapes in a rectangle, if this side is 6, then so is that side. Okay, so it's 6 plus 3 plus 6. If this side is 3, it means that this side is also 3. So whilst we were only given 2 sizes, we could add them together to get all 4 lengths. And the perimeter is going to be 18 meters. How about if we have something like this, and let's just say that this part here is 3 centimeters. If I told you the perimeter was 20 centimeters, how could we figure out this value of x here? Remember, the perimeter being this, plus this, plus this, plus this. Well, a few ways to think about this, but if we know that this here is 3, we know that the one across from it is also 3. So 3 plus 3 is 6. So that means that this side and this side must be 14. Yeah, if we do 20 take away 6, that's going to be 14. But that's what the 2 sides are. To figure out one side, we would half it and we would get x equals 7 centimeters. So we can look at perimeter in a way to figure out some missing values as well. Here we've got like a weird shape. It might be like a room in a house. Or like the floor plan of a house. We want to work out the perimeter. So to work out the perimeter, we need to add together all the sides. So we're going to need to do 20, make that thinner. So we'll do our 20 plus our 16. But do you notice up here we don't have a value? There is no value for this bit. So let's see if we can figure it out. Remembering that rectangles are the same across the way, do you notice that we know the whole across way? The whole way across is 20. So that means that these 2 green across ways need to make up to 20. And if this part here is 11, to make this part up to 20, this part must be 9. Because 11 and 9 make up to 20. So we're going to need to add on another 9. We'll add on 4. But once again, we've got a missing section here that we'll need to figure out. So let's have a look. The full up and down is 16. So that means that the other up and downs need to make up to 16. If this one is 4, I need to think about what will I have to use with 4 to make 16, and that's going to have to be 12. So add that together. If there are 6 sides, we need to add together 6 numbers. When we do that, we should get 36. I think that's going to become 72. 36, 45, 45 plus 9. 36, 45, 49, 61 meters. Let's just double check that. 20, 16, 9 and 11, 4 and 12. Have I got a 1, 2, 3, 4? I've only got 5 numbers. What one have I missed? 20, 16, 9, 4, 12. I've missed the 11. I missed that 11 there, apologies. So when we add that together, that's going to become 72 meters. Okay, so there's some problems looking at perimeter. But we're also going to be looking at the topic of area in this unit. And you need to know certain formulas. For example, you need to know the formula for the area of a rectangle. And the area of a rectangle is given by the formula length times breadth. That is a need to know. You need to know that. So if we have a look at this rectangle here, 4 times 6 is 24 square centimeters. Centimeters squared. For area problems, our units are centimeters squared, millimeters squared. If we have a look at this, we've got a triangle. You need to know the formula for a triangle. The formula for a triangle is a half times the base times the height. It's really important that we can correctly identify the base and the height. We're only going to use 2 numbers. In this shape, there are 3 numbers. The base and the height must meet at a right angle. Do you notice that this 18 and this 11 meet at a right angle? So therefore the base is 18, the height is 11. In actual fact, the 15 is not needed here. So it's important you just take the important information from the diagram. So we're going to do a half times 18 times 11. A half 18 is 9. If we times that by 11, 9 times 11 is 99. 99 square centimetres. Here we have the shape of a parallelogram. And this is another formula we need to know to work out the area of a parallelogram. We need to do the base times the height. Once again, the base and the height need to meet at a right angle. If we have a look at these two values here, the 6 and 7, they do not meet at a right angle. If we have a look at the 7 and the 5, they're not meeting at a right angle. If we have a look at the 6 and the 5, do you notice that they are meeting at a right angle? So therefore the base is going to be 6, the height is going to be 5. So altogether the area of the parallelogram is 30 square centimetres. Here we've got a rhombus. The area for a rhombus is a half times the first diagonal times the second diagonal. Diagonal being one corner through to the other and one corner through to the other. So here, and this is the same formula for a kite. So we're going to do a half times the first diagonal. The blue diagonal is 18. A half times 18 times 20. And that's going to be 180 centimetres squared. Okay, so some problems there. So what formulas do you need to know? You need to know the formula for a rectangle, length times breadth. You need to know the formula for a triangle, a half times base times height. You need to know a parallelogram, base times height, and a kite and a rhombus, a half times the diagonals. We're now going to look at some problems where we need to figure out a missing dimension. Let's have a look here. In question 1 we've got a rectangle and it says the area is 30. That's the answer. Calculate x. So if it's an area question, let's write down our area formula for a rectangle, length times breadth. But we're going to use our answer. We know the answer. The answer's 30. So let's put the answer in. 30 is equal to 6 times x. 30 is equal to 6 times x is 6x. In order to solve this, we can just simply divide both sides by 6. If we divide both sides by 6, we'll get an answer of x equals 5. And that's 5 metres. That is the length of the side that would make that area 30. Let's have a look at number 2. The area is 56, so we have the answer. Calculate y. So this is a triangle. I'm going to write down my triangle formula. A half times the base times the height. The answer is 56. So the base and the height need to meet at a right angle. Hopefully you're okay here at saying that the base and the height is going to be x and 8. So we're going to do a half times x times 8. Keep going with this. We're going to have a half of 8 is 4, so that's going to become 4x. Dividing through it by 4. And that's going to lead to x equals 14 centimetres. Once again, it's important that you can identify information you don't need. We didn't need that 16. So there's some problems where we had to figure out a missing dimension. The last thing we're going to have a look at is composite area. That's when shapes are made up of different sections. So here, we don't know the name of this shape. So in order for us to work out the area of it, we'll need to split it up into smaller chunks and then add those chunks together. How we do that is kind of up to you. Like for example, we could chunk it across the way and we would have a top and a bottom, or we could chunk it down the way and we would have a left and a right. It really is up to you. I think I'm going to chunk it across the way. Okay, so I'm going to label this one number 1 and this one number 2. If we have a look at area 1, area 1 is a rectangle, so we're going to do length times breadth. I'm going to colour it in here because it's really important we can take out the right information. Okay, that's it in yellow. So the length of it is 6. Hopefully you can see that clearly. The length of it is 6. But the breadth of it being this part here, we're not entirely sure what this part is because the whole up and down is 11. The whole up and down is 11. But do you notice that this up and down here is 4? So this up and down here needs to make up to 11. Do you see that that up and down part there must be 7 centimeters, because 4 plus 7 is going to make 11. So the breadth here is going to be 7. So we're going to do 6 times 7, which is 42 square centimeters. If we have a look at area 2, we're going to colour it in again. We need to know the length and the breadth, and here it's okay. We know both of those. It's 10 and 4. 10 times 4 is 40. So all we need to do is we need to get our total area, and we're going to add them. 42 plus 40 is 82 centimeters squared. Last example, we've got like the side of a house. Okay, so we've got the top, the whole top and bottom is 17 centimeters. This part here on the side is 9 centimeters, and we've got 14 centimeters. So we're going to need to split this up. We're going to split this up into a triangle, shape 1, and a rectangle, shape 2. Let's have a look at the area of the triangle. Well, our formula is a half times the base times the height. So here's the base. So the base is good. Okay, so it's going to become a half times 14 times the height. The height is this part here. Okay. The whole way up is 17. The whole way is 17. And from here to here is 9. Therefore, this part here must be 8, because 9 and 8 will make up to 17. So this part here is going to be 8. So I think that's going to become 56 square centimeters. Area 2, the rectangle at the bottom, rectangle, length times breadth. We're going to do the length of 14 times the breadth of 9. 14 times 9 is 126. Yeah, just double checked on my calculator there, centimeters squared. So to figure out our total, we're going to add them together. We're going to do 56 plus 126, giving us an answer of 182 centimeters squared. Okay, so that's a very quick run through of all the topics that could come up in perimeter and area. Hopefully that was helpful. Thank you.